Hello. Yes, welcome back to 14 Minutes of Fame. Today, Jacalyn, welcome to 14 Minutes of Fame with Misty Henkel. I'm so excited to have you on chatting with me today. So I've known you for about 5 years from networking. So for those who don't know Jacalyn, or for those who do, author, networker, water woman, award finalist. Seriously, Jacalyn, how many awards do you get picked for over the course of the year? Because your name shows up all the time.
On average of five, depending on them, and maybe six. I get into the finals.
Wow, that says a lot about the amount of people that you meet, that you go out and meet, and the amount of networking events that you go to or have been to, and how much you're known by
That's correct.
by the people around you and all the different groups as well. That's how many groups do you reckon you go to, or networking events do you reckon you go to in a week now?
Probably depending on what times they're on, say 5 to 6 a week. Sometimes they're early hours. Maybe the authors group might be early hours.
Yep.
Sometimes the JV networking is early hours of the morning, up at 2 or 3 o'clock,
Oh yeah.
on for an hour, and then you sort of go back to bed for a couple of hours.
Yeah, I'm the same, right? I don't mind the 2, 3 o'clock ones. It's the 11 o'clock ones at night I have trouble with because I'm an early riser. So,
Yeah, so am I.
1, 2, 3, I go to bed for a bit, get up, do the thing, go back to bed. I had a 3 o'clock meeting with someone the other day, and it was like Saturday morning. I thought, well, get up at 3. Doggy's still like, they're walking around going, we're not going for a walk now, are we? No, go back to bed. And by the time I finished chatting to that person at 4, I've thought, well, that's when I normally get up. But I'm like, I'm awake now. Damn, what am I supposed to do? So, yeah, I've thought 3 o'clock, that's a dud time. I need to do 2 o'clock or 1 o'clock because that allows me to go back to bed and then do those other things. So I was just up at that point. So, yeah, joint venture. Where's that? Is that over England based?
That's the United States.
Oh, it is it?
Depending on whether it's an author's one or a general one, what time it's on.
Yeah, okay.
Sometimes it's like 3 a.m., sometimes it's 7 a.m. So it's easy for the 7 a.m., but it often runs into other ones you do at 7 a.m. So
I know, right? A bit crazy, isn't it? I know when Happy Neighborhood Project was on, when COVID first hit and Happy Neighborhood Project was on,
yeah,
like they were up to, 65 events a week.
yes.
How many do you reckon you were going to in a week, like
Well, I
networking
was
on
going up
holiday?
to the 5 a.m. one for the UK, and then I get on the 7 a.m. one for Australia.
Yeah.
And you're on 2 or 3 a week with HNP.
Yeah, I know. Yeah, I was doing Iowa and Australia. We ended up somewhere else. Can't think of where it was. I've checked out England a few times. Oh, that's a hard time. That was like, yeah, 3 or 4 o'clock in the morning. Paul Vallick had one. His was, like Grand Canyon. That was 4 o'clock in the morning.
Mm.
Again, that was a bit tricky. Then, of course, I run business at breakfast, and I still go to some of the usuals that are around here in Australia. But I do like networking with the overseas. They've
Yeah,
got an accent, so we seem to get along with those with an accent, but more importantly, they like us because they like our accent. We can't hear it, but they like that.
and they can even tell what state you're in.
Yeah, absolutely. Look, we got the dogs talking tonight. Jeez, it's all happening. So, Jacalyn, water. How did you fall into this whole water, Enagic water thing?
Well, I was helping out our friend Mark with his NBN and mobile services, which is in my other business,
Mm-hmm.
and I just couldn't stop coughing. Like, I had the bronchitis on and off for up to 12 months nearly. He said, "What's going on?" I said, "Mate, I can't stop coughing." Dad had gone into care, I had to sell his place, and I think it just all caught up with me. There was so much going on. He
Mm-hmm.
said, "I have a solution for you, and it's water." I said, "Really?" Anyway, he explained it all within quarter of an hour. I said, "I need one of these." So I ordered mine then. Within about 2 weeks it came. I
Yep.
started drinking the water. Within a fortnight, I felt like 80% better, and I haven't looked back. Just
Yeah.
changing the water, and then I found I had chlorine in my water here when I tested it. Mark
Yep.
gave me some chlorine drops. I was high in chlorine, so I was not only drinking in chlorine, I was showering in the chlorine water, and that was
Mm-hmm.
aggravating the bronchitis.
Yeah, right.
And I thought, now I've eliminated the chlorine from my drinking water and my showering water,
Yep.
100%. It's amazing.
Yeah. Have to say, change your water, change your life. What it says in the background. Have to
Yes,
say, for you, yeah, because you were sick like last
yes.
year. like trying
Yes.
to, well, where are you at, Jacalyn? Well, and then, and then you've been at everything ever since. Like, so you go back. So that's like bad news for your dad then. How old's your dad now?
93. And
93.
I take
Change
the
his
water to
water,
Dad.
change his
I
water,
take the
change
water
his
into
life.
Dad, and I give him the turmeric supplement when I give him the
Gonna
water.
live. He's gonna
Yeah,
live forever.
yeah.
I think your dad's great. Like, never met him, but he has showed up over the years in a number of different things. I know you bring him up a bit, and and the days that he's not well or that he is well, and we just go, wow, 93, that's so cool.
And
So
he doesn't know he's 93. He thinks, oh, I'm
no,
not 93. He said, I
yeah.
don't feel like 93. I feel like 21.
Yeah. And that's really the type of personality that that while I haven't met him personally, that seems to be him, like that
Yeah,
is just like that as well. So yeah, no, although I don't feel too bad for him. I'm planning on living to at least 105. So, he's got a couple more years to go. He's got at least 12. So he's good to go.
yes.
So he'll get what, a card from the king.
Or whoever's on them. Well, then, yeah, probably be the king then. There's no
Yeah.
females coming up, so
Yeah, yeah. Carolyn should get onto that. Carolyn Hobbs. She should start writing the letters for the king. I'll send those cards out. I know half the people. Yeah.
uh,
So I believe that recently you went to, did you go to Japan for that, or Enagic
yes, I did.
their
Yeah. In
conference, right?
Okinawa, Japan, we celebrated 50 years for Enagic operating. Like we had about easy 7,000 in the Okinawa arena, and it was just
Wow.
magic.
That would have to be the biggest conference you've ever been to, right?
Yes. Yeah, even Tony Robbins didn't make 7,000.
Wow. Wow.
So it
So
was so exciting.
yeah. Yeah, that is really exciting. So if we look at it, you've been in network marketing for how long?
I'd say close to 12 years.
12 years? So was it always just ACN first and then Enagic, or has it been some other things?
I was originally ACN because
Yep.
I had an injury probably 25 years ago. I was out of
Mhm.
work for many years in a
Yep.
wheelchair, etc. And when I tried to go back to work, oh, you're too old now. We want young people. So I started looking for alternatives, and someone
Yep.
introduced me to an ACN
Yeah.
event, and I went to Sydney for that. I thought, this is simple. Everybody pays a bill.
Yeah.
Just help people save money on their bills, and it just went from there.
Yeah. Yeah.
Then you do some training and coaching, and have a coach, and have mentors, and just build what you know because you're always learning.
Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. So I've managed to pick the only two places in the whole of Australia that can't have it. Just go from Canberra to Chinchilla, and that's how it is. But I do laugh when different companies call and say, let me talk to you about your electricity bill, and I just say, oh no, I'm with ACN. Just tell them, well, no, I can't do anything there.
Oh, that's
That's
great.
done then. So, I do like that. And it's pretty simple with ACN, right? Like, you only have to
Absolutely.
look at the bill and do a comparison. You just look at it and go, all right, let me just do a quick comparison. And then you just tally it up. And it's like, it's either yes, I can save you money, or no, I can't. And that's it, isn't
Not,
it?
yeah, not this time. We'll look at the next bill
Yeah. Yeah.
because quite often the companies, electricity companies, give them a discount for maybe 12 months or
Hmm.
something similar,
Hmm.
and then that changes.
Yeah.
And they find, wow, my bill's gone up. What's going on?
I find this really interesting about companies with their loyal customers. Right, insurance companies do it too, but electricity is another one where to join up, they give you a discount. And then once you're a loyal customer and have been paying them every month, they then, after 12 months, decide they're going to pay you more, like, charge you more. So you have to pay more, and they'll get all the new customers to get a discount. And you think, I've been loyal. You should be giving me the discount. Because I used to just then call another company and just say, well, what's the startup one? I think I'll just move across to you. And then they tell me. So then I say, well, then I call up the other guys, and I asked them first. I said, what's the best that you can do since I'm a loyal customer? They tell me. And then I call up, the other one, and I just say, okay, so if I switch across to you, what's the best that you can do? And it's always less. So then I go, okay, sign me up. The other company then calls and says, oh, no, you're going to sign up over there. Here, look, we'll give you a better deal. No, I asked you for the best deal. I asked you flat out. As a customer, I asked you flat out. And now you're only interested in giving me a better deal, like the best, now that I've gone to someone else. Why do you think I was asking for the best deal? And it's only because they switch prices. Now, here's what's really ironic, Jacalyn. And you know this because you've been around me for a long time. What do I teach in sales classes about discounts?
Only for a short period of time.
There are none. There are none. Don't discount because you're going to cause yourself trouble later on. But hey, the companies that build their whole thing on discounting, and I have to say, Cadbury's, my most favorite chocolate company. They do this themselves too. I'd spend $6 on a block of chocolate. I don't, because they've taught me not to. It makes no sense to spend $6 on a block of chocolate if I just go to the other store and get it for $3. Like,
That's right.
why would I? Mind you, I'll buy up to 18 at a time at $3 a piece. And to be fair, my father-in-law used to have the same problem. Like, he'd say, no, Missy, don't tell me when it's half price. He said, I'll eat if he buys it at $6 at full price, he said, it'll take me a couple of days to eat that block. When they're half price, I go out and buy 10, thinking that'll last me, 10 days. 2 days later, I've run out of chocolate. And he said, so it's actually cost me $30 for 2 days instead of $6 across a couple of days. And I said, yeah, I know that's the problem with that's the problem when it's half price. You do buy extra, but then you just eat it faster.
And the problem with a lot of the big companies, you're just a number now. They're not looked after. Whereas we look after our customers.
Yeah.
If there's a problem, let me know. I'll try and solve it for you.
Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. So besides your health, what's your most favorite thing about Enagic water?
Look, it's just life-changing. I've lost weight. I've got more energy. I'm up all hours of the night, up early in the morning. Yeah, you can't stop me. I might have to lay down for half an hour some days if you don't have a good night. But, I just reach out to more people and say, look, and just recently I had a big black spot on my heel. And I was at the doctor. She said, oh, book an appointment next week. We'll have a look at that. And I said, oh, we can give you a needle in the foot and take it out. I said, I want to try my water for 2 weeks. Oh, okay, do that. 2 weeks along. I'll make it 3 weeks. The doctor's away. I checked it again this morning. No more black spots. I've been using the Kangen water, soaking it 11.5 for half an hour, 2.5 pH half an hour. 3 weeks later, no dark spot on my heel.
Yeah, wow.
So no needle in the foot or a chunk out of my foot.
That's the thing, isn't it? They just don't know the difference, right? I mean, doctors go on the knowledge that they have. Yes. They can't go on the knowledge that they don't have and the systems that they haven't personally tried, So it's, that's really neat. I like that it's in a box.
Yes.
And that you can carry it and you can take it on holiday. So I've heard
I took it to San Diego in January.
Yeah, exactly. Just take it with you and then you're never without. Remember Alex? Do you remember Alex Corelli? He used to come out. So Canadian dude, Toronto. Well, I used to be networking at HMP Australia with him a fair bit. And I didn't understand the whole Kangen water thing. And so, tell me more, Alex. Oh my God, that's like the coolest system ever. And then he joined sales class and then I had to teach him how to say it. And ultimately it all came down to, if you say it and the price, which is now like $7,000. So if you say it and the price, people can buy it. And because salesmen, and I know this, salesmen get fussy about, but if I say the price without the features and the benefits, they won't understand. Look, you say the price, and over time, people will get used to it. And then there was one day, I was at business at breakfast, and I was talking about it, the Kangen water system, and I said, it's $7,000 or something. And then someone turns around and goes, oh, I was talking about it in regards to pets and like,
Yes,
people who are blind, if you've got guide dogs, really good because, those dogs will walk anywhere.
that's
And,
right.
and the owners want to, make sure that they'll look after their dog more than they'll look after themselves.
Yes,
Wash their paws in the great water and drinking and all of that other stuff. Right. And then someone was in and goes, oh my God, I need one of those machines. And I'm like on the phone going, Alex, Alex, you need to come in. I've already told them it's $7,000. I told them what it is. Like, you'll need to come in. And then, and he did. And then he got on a call with them afterwards and he ended up selling one like straight like that. And to be fair, after that, I've never seen Alex since. Because once you work out that little component that was stopping you on selling, once you know what it is, like each person's different, right? So there's a little bit
yes,
that's stopping someone from selling. So for Alex, once he just started delivering that price and being quiet, the rest of it just happened. And
yes.
so really I haven't seen him since. I mean, every now and then I check in, hey Alex, and then Alex checks in with me, but I haven't really had an excuse to run into him since then. So you've got to take the good with the bad. But yeah, good stuff with water. I love water. Noah loves water. Simon doesn't believe in it. Jack loves the idea of not believing it. He'll be like so my mum taught him that. The boys used to always drink water and milk. And then mum said, oh, that's so unfair. They must have hot chocolates and cup of teas. Cup of teas? It takes forever to make someone a cup of tea. Like, I've gone my whole life not having it so that then I would never have to make them. And then now here I have a 12 and a 14-year-old who are making cup of teas. And I'm like, you guys can do this now. They've gone, no, it's annoying. I know. Having said that, I've made myself a cup of tea before I come in because I've become a little bit trained. But yeah, I do like my water. So yeah.
And you can't live without water. And, within a few days, if you don't have water, it's too late. You can
It's
go
too
without
late.
food for
That's
a week.
exactly right. Go without food. Go without a couple of calories, but water, you're going to need that one. Well, thank you
Yes.
so much, Jacalyn. It was great
Thank
catching
you.
up with you and seeing you in here. And dare say I'll see you around the traps the
Absolutely.
rest of the week at some networking event. Yeah, it was good to catch up.
Been a pleasure. Thank you, Misty.
You're welcome.
See you
Bye.
next time.
See
Thank
you.
you.